Back to the video. Today we're gonna try to deal with this 2016 or 2017 Subaru Outback, and the problem we're trying to address here is let's see here. How it is, well, I just started the car, and as you can see, all the warning lights are on. The eyesight, the automatic transmission, the oil temperature is on, the let's see here, the ABS light is on, this the skid light is on. It just got a bunch of warning lights, and first we're gonna have to look at it using a scan tool. Let's have a look at that part. We're gonna be using a D9. That's an X-Tool D9. We're gonna try to scan the system first. Let's see here. By the way, this problem is it happens in just about all model Subarus, and let's do the automatic scan, and the vehicle has been picked up, or the scanner have picked up the car and the VIN number, this and that. I guess it is a 2016 Legacy Outback. Let's see here. We're just going to go ahead and do an automatic scan. Saying transmission module, there's something wrong. There's brakes, power steering. I'm looking at the yellow ones. In any case, I think our problem is gonna be somewhere on the TM side, transmission module, and let's take a look at this. Here's the DTC report, the fault reports, and as we saw it earlier, the eyesight, warning light, the rear radar, detect VDC, the rear radar detect TCM. I don't think I would worry about that, and both of them are history anyway. This is what we're looking for. The P0971, the transfer solenoid circuit is high, and it is current. The problem is current. And the C1431 automatic transmission abnormal, that's current. The C2548 vehicle dynamic control module system, that's also current, but I guess that is the derivative of this one. I think our problem is just going to be one of these, and that is the P0971. The transfer solenoid circuit is too high, which is inside the transmission in the valve body, and the valve body costs dealership costs about $2,800, and we are trying to overcome that problem. Let's see how we're gonna deal with that. We're gonna try to do it today. Alright, we'll exit out of this one. We'll clear all the errors here. I think it's gonna take it out of TCM. Alright. So get out of this one. Mission completed. Alright, okay. Well, back to the car again, and if our diagnostic is correct, then here is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get into that transmission and we're gonna pull the valve body out, and inside that valve body, I believe this is what's going to be our problem right there. That valve right there is going to be our problem, and this valve will is not sold at the dealership. They'll only sell you the whole valve body. So I got this one from Dorman for about 58 bucks, and the gasket for the valve body for just about $16. So for about $70 we're going to try to fix this car. Let's go ahead and start the work. Let's see. Well, the first thing we're going to do is disconnect the battery. Then we're going to take this pipe right here. We're from right disconnected from right here, and one right there. Let's do that first. There's our little pipe right here. Alright. And that is our valve body right there. That's our transmission right here, and that's our valve body that's sitting right there. Let's see here. First we're going to take the ground out of there, and then we're going to disconnect the cables, and then should get an access to the bolts. Let's see what else we got to move here. Alright, first thing I did is take a bracket right out of here. This part of it is on the top of the valve body, so just trying to get it out of the way, I just took it out of here. It's self-explanatory. Just it'll be on your way. Let's do that. Then we're gonna go ahead and disconnect the There's a bolt right there, a 10mm bolt that's holding this whole wiring harness. We're gonna try to take that off. Which is right here. I believe the ECM is right here too, right on the top of the valve body. Alrighty. There's a button right there. And just unplug. And then pull the bar right back. And this thing should just come out. There's another ground right there. Let's not forget that. It's a 12mm bolt right there. That's the ground right there. Alright, looks like we're clear from, we're pretty much clear now. There are about 12 or 13, I believe they're 10mm bolts we gotta take off. Let's see here. Alright, now that we have all 11 bolts out, they're 10mm bolts. From this point on, we have to be extremely clean because the valve body is going to be out. So let's see how we're going to get the cover out first. Let's go ahead and get that. There is a yellow plug right here that we need to disconnect first. Okay. Well, some Subarus, you can leave that, you can actually leave that out and the wiring harness comes out with it, but this one, I think the ones with the ECU on the top of it, you have to take that wiring harness out of this one, out of the cover to get that valve body out. At this point we have to be extra clean. Now I believe we gotta get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts. Recording. There were 2 more bolts that are actually, the other 7 were colors kind of black, but there were 2 more somewhat silver bolts, and but they all have the number 10 and a dot on them. Yeah, both are the same size, so we don't have to worry about which one. And I believe the valve body is ready to come out. It's almost about to rain in here, so made a little bit of mess. I think let's go ahead and cover that. I see one of the O-rings, but I don't see the other one. So we have to make sure we find that other O-ring. Let's see if it came with it. Just right here. Let's see here. We'll try to replace those O-rings if we can. The ball body. There's our ball body right there. Let's see here. Well, it's about to rain in here, so it's going to be a bit difficult to do anything now. It's actually raining. I believe our problem is going to be, let's see here, that valve there, but we will measure them with our ohm meter and see the difference between the new one and that one. But let's see. I think it's kind of raining in here. I mean, it's starting to rain. We'll follow up in just a minute. It's raining a bit in here, so but let's see what we can do. That one has a bolt, a nut from the other side. That has a ground. It's a ground right there with that bolt. I think the bolt size I was saying. Okay, yeah, just two are the same size. I was trying not to spill oil. Let's see, we got one more. Alright. Let's see here. Oh shit. I think this is a problem right there. But we have to measure the ohms. We are afraid of this ground. We're afraid of that ground right there. It might break. Yeah, it's kind of broken. But alright, we've got to fix that ground, so we're gonna have to turn the video off. Alright, let's see. I was still preparing that ground. We couldn't measure our old solenoid, the ohms, but I think we could do the new one, which will be, let's see here if we can find the black one. I think the last one is a black one. I think we got 6.21 ohms. I think that's about correct. We'll check. I'll check that one. we're going back in, so let's we're gonna go ahead and get the video back in there. Let's see here. Right here. A light is battery is kind of dead, but here are the nine bolts right there. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All 9 bolts has the number 10 and a dot right on the top of them. That's how you take the valve body out. Now we're going in. I think I need to get a light somewhat. Need to be torqued right about 9 Nm or 6.5 foot-pounds. Let's see. Alright, we'll torque them in and then torque it outside. There ain't much. That's it. That's all she wrote. Alright. I want to look at our gasket. And I'm not quite sure if we're gonna make it worse or better by replacing the gasket, because she's not gonna come out really easy. Alright, we'll do this. We'll try to do this video in Tigrinya, in Amharic, Arabic, in Somali. Right now. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. I think I need to go get a razor blade and charge the battery for a light, and then we'll wrap it up. Alright, I think we got everything cleaned up. We're gonna put very little RTV right here. Right there. Then we're gonna put our new gasket. Alright, now that we have the valve body fixed, and we will see the codes first. Waiting for that to start. We are connecting to the OBD2 port. Okay, we'll go ahead and automatic diagnose. Subaru North America 2016 Legacy. Alright, automatic scan. Now we should have a lot of histories in here we need to get rid of. Now that we fixed the problem, we got to clear it first, and then we'll test it. You can see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There are 16 of them. And good news, everything is history. There's nothing new. Alright. Everything is history. The rest of it is good. A41, C22. Alright, we're gonna exit and we're gonna clear. Clean slate. They're all gone. Let's go ahead and start it up now. Alright, all our warning lights are gone. Alright. Okay, all codes disappeared. We're going to shut it down. Alright. Now we're going to try it. Yes. Our scan. See what happens now. We're clean. UGI, team, BB. Everything looks clean. Okay, we're all clean. It's all green. Okay, so shut up. Shut this thing off. Alright, so shut up. Alright, brake light, ABC light, transmission overheating light, they're all off. I'm gonna test drive it. Oh, shit. This is the good news. Everything is resolved. I'll try to show the receipt and the diagnostic from the dealer I got for $14,011. $14,000. Anyway, we'll look at those papers too. Here is the note I gave to the dealership. Notice the P0971, and then I also confess that I put remanufactured valves in it, or solenoids. Now, here's the dealer's. Well, this is what I paid for, just for them to have to test this. I needed them to test the CPU. That's after I replaced the valve body, and I guess this is a diagnostic fee. But if you notice, the diagnosis is P0971, which I told them is current in TCM due to aftermarket solenoid. Remember, that solenoid is inside the transmission. There's no way for him to know in about half hour or 15 minutes or 1 hour. He just took what I said right there. They gave him the note, and then he just, based on that, he just gave the answer. And then once he's done with that, I guess they try to sell some stuff. And part of the solution is, if you notice right here, this is the repair estimates. If you look at the valve body replacement, that's $2,314. And then it says, the second line says, quote, to replace TCM, transmission control module, in case P0971 is not rectified by replacing the valve body. Notice that? Well, that's like if Visa doesn't work, then we'll try MasterCard, and then keep trying until we get something going. Anyway, this is a bit peculiar. At least the valve body and the TCM would have cost me, say, about $3,500 or so. But then they give you, there's another estimate, I guess. Well, see what it says, CVT, CVT, CVT. If I had done all of those, then I don't know, it would probably be almost a little more than 6,000 or so. Was whatever else was adjusted, and the bill would have come out to what? Have a look. $14,000 plus 11 cents. And that's what we did. That's what we got from the dealership. And what resolved the problem is the solenoid. I replaced the solenoid. I think it cost me approximately $57, I believe, for the solenoid itself. Well, that solenoid that was bad was actually burned, and after I replaced it, the car had all kind of problems indicating all those problems exist, this and that. But when I replaced that solenoid, I noticed that solenoid was burned, and what it gets fed from, I think the power is from the TCM, transmission control module, and that's the thing that I was hoping the dealership will answer, if that TCM is good or bad, because I could do the rest of it myself. I was hoping they have something they can read it with that just says, hey, this control unit is okay, this is okay, this is okay. Otherwise, what he's given me here, the codes and stuff, that's something I can see myself. Anyway, $14,000.11, and guess what? Solenoid cost me about $57, and then that TCM that he's talking about, the transmission control module. I went and go ahead and got it from eBay, which cost me $34. So we got a little less than $100, and all our problems are solved. Well, I'll give them a break. Whatever the oil leak and stuff like that, they're saying here that it needs. Let me see what it says. One of them is big. It says oil leaking from multiple locations from the engine, and that is about $6,000 they want for it. So the $14,000 kind of includes some other repairs. Anyway, we got it solved for less than $100, and that's it.